Surprise, surprise, surprise. In October last year, Finance Minister Tengku Zafrulaziz announced during his Budget 2022 speech that the government was set to introduce tax breaks for electric vehicles (EVs) in Malaysia. By the way, welcome to JNSF Sales and Marketing blog, the place where great sales and marketing professionals meet. Moving forward, you might be interested to know that in January has of course come, and there is still very little in the way of actual announcements being made by companies, or the government, for that matter, with regards to this topic, especially for cars that have already been announced or introduced for the market. The main reason why electric cars are not popular in Malaysia: there are not many charging ports available yet. As you might know, electric cars need to be charged to travel on the road, even though you have charged your vehicle. So far so good. Agree. Let's do a pit stop here and allow what we have seen sink deep into our mind. Okay. Red hot news. EV theme set to further develop. February 2022 Kuala Lumpur. Demand for electric vehicles e-versus is expected to pick up this year, spurred by duty exemptions and better overall operations for automotive companies. MIDF research in a report yesterday said new EV model introductions and planned launches have been picking up pace since the introduction of the duty exemptions for EVs Finder Budget 2022. This is positive catalyst in building demand for EVs and the supporting infrastructure. It is a step forward towards addressing the underrepresentation of EV brands and models in the domestic market. The research house said the revision in EV selling prices post-duty exemptions, which is estimated at between 3% and 18%, is also a positive development. Although admittedly, there is still some way to go to make EVs accessible to the domestic mass market. We expect the electrification theme to further develop over the next few years. A wider offering of EV models, advancements in battery technology as well as scale created in the more advanced EV markets is expected to bring down the cost of e-versus going forward. Meanwhile, Malaysia Automotive, Robotics and IoT Institute Chief Executive Officer Datuk Madani Sahari said the government is determined to spur the development of EVs of Malaysia. Through the National Automotive Policy 2020, Malaysia has developed a formidable ecosystem of automotive component suppliers and relevant talent that are ready to take the next step into the EV domain, he told Starbuzz. He added that the policy has established a roadmap towards the holistic development of critical components and technologies. This includes safety requirements for electric powertrains of road vehicles, as well as standards to encourage battery swapping, wireless charging and the recycling and disposal of batteries. This ecosystem would be of great benefit to original equipment manufacturers (OEMs) looking to assemble vehicles of global standards as their local or regional hub for e-versus. To support the development of a domestic EV industry, the government announced during the tabling of Budget 2022 in October last year that it would provide full exemptions on import and excise duties and sales tax, as well as road tax, up to 100% for EVs. Individual income tax relief of up to 2M2,500 will also be given on the costs of buying, installing, leasing or repayments of EV charging facilities. Additionally, the government announced Budget 2022 that the sales and services tax exemption, which is 100% for locally assembled or completely knocked down passenger vehicles and 50% for imported or complete. This adds to the already rich infrastructure to accommodate design smart manufacturing and component development for e-versus through various centers of excellence established by the government over the last decade. Additionally, Madani said numerous Malaysian standards and regulations have been established for e-versus to ensure that vehicles produced from Malaysia are compliant with global safety standards. Built-up passenger cars has been extended till June 30, 2022. At a press conference last week, Malaysian Automotive Association (MAA) President Datuk Ashar Ahmad said the tax exemption on e-versus has stimulated interests of OEMs to invest in Malaysia. She said a total of 274 units of EVs were sold in Malaysia last year, adding that sales will be a lot higher in 2022. Separately, MIDF research said it expects vehicle sales to grow by double digits this year. Notwithstanding the hiccups in production recovery during the final quarter of 2021, we expect the majority of car players to ramp up production in 2022 to meet the extended outstanding bookings of up to 6 months, considering excellent progress of the national vaccination program so far. The research house is projecting vehicle sales to grow between 12% and 14% year-on-year to between 570,000 units and 580,000 units this year. End of Red Hot News. Extracted and modified from printed open source dated the 17th of February 2022. By the way, are you pleased with this week's bulletin? I hope you do. As for myself, it is very encouraging. You ask, why? These true down-to-earth sharing and help promised by our Malaysian Finance Minister Tengku Zafrul Aziz. Moreover, there are positives contributions from the electric automotive industry. In truth, they and us can help each other to improve the health of Malaysian when our land is pollution-free from fossil-powered cars. Even during the MCO and COVID-19 difficult periods. PS. Please give us a thumbs up. Also do subscribe to our channel, so you would not miss out any of our practical and useful video clips. We love your feedbacks to improve the quality of our weekly bulletin. Thanks a million. Hoping to meet you next week again in our next weekly bulletin.